first people ever outside of the studio, outside of the people that make it, to play Assassin's Creed Mirage this morning. I'm gonna go down and I hear there's breakfast on the 5th floor. So I'm gonna go grab that before it's time to get ready and go to the studio. It's actually been quite a while since I've really played an Assassin's Creed game, so I'm really eager to play Mirage today. I grew up playing the first few Assassin's Creed games, and as the series kind of got bigger and bigger, I know a lot of people who love those experiences. It was just a bit too much for me. Of course, Wes is here on the trip with me. He's played, I think, every single Assassin's Creed game there is, so I'm gonna go get ready, and then we're gonna go find Wes. Good morning, Wes. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Had a lot of breakfast, a lot of coffee.
Good. You ready to tackle the day?
Yes, I'm ready. French style.
Yeah, French style.
We are the first people ever to go hands-on with it, which is really cool. I've been playing this franchise since it started. I've played every series when it came out, or every game when it came out. I haven't missed one in the series. Loved the open world RPGs, loved the old stuff. But admittedly, Valhalla got way too damn big for me. So I'm excited for this scaled back approach to Assassin's Creed. And I'm excited to see how this team did it. The last thing they did was one of the DLCs for Valhalla, which is as big as a game as Mirage. So I'm excited to see what a full AC experience from that team is like.
And the bottom one, the bow ties, will be the first one.
This is the first one.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Overall, I'm happy with where this is going. I don't think it's as big as a shift as one might hope with a return to small-scale Assassin's Creed, but this is like DLC that's now a full game. At best, it's been in development for a few years. Like, it was never going to be a from-the-ground-up reimagining of old Assassin's Creed. It's old Assassin's Creed transplanted into what Assassin's Creed is now. If you're an old Assassin's Creed fan and you've been kind of missing the more stealth-focused adventure, I mean, we've only played 3 contracts, which are like not even story content, so I don't want to speak to the story, but like these contracts showed a pretty clear dedication to the stealth focus that the series was born out of, and that's probably what I'm most excited about.
One thing I really like about the levels in this game, it's the open city design of Baghdad, is you have like the traditional, you were mentioning like the paths and stuff that you have. That feels really great when you're in these fortresses. They feel like these big diorama puzzles where if you fail, it's like, okay, I'm gonna reload, and I'm making my line, almost like I'm speed running, and like how can I be as efficient as possible taking these out. And the levels themselves are really neat because the first contract we did, we had to steal a boat and get the boat out of this canal, but the canal was locked by this gatehouse blocking the canal, and so before you could steal the boat, and the sub goal was to be undetected. It was this game of verticality and figuring out which guards to take out in which way, so that you could hit a lever and open up, release the gates, so you could then jump into the water, get on the boat, and steer it out and steer it to this secret cove to complete the mission. That stuff was really cool because it wasn't just go assassinate this person, right?
Something that you brought up is the parkour, which it is still, it's not Unity. I know a lot of people point to Unity as like one of the best parkour systems, but this is more like Old X to kind of parkour and Circles parkour down. But the world is like built way better for parkour compared to the recent entries, in my opinion. The recent entries are these giant open world sandboxes. They're not designed to parkour the same way one singular city is. But I noticed around Baghdad there's pole vaults to like launch over gaps, and there's you can't just climb everything like you could in the RPGs. You have to like find spots on a wall to climb. Anywhere you look in Baghdad, you can kind of see like a line to parkour. And I was testing that quite a few instances, just, you know, trying to hit it from like front to back, run around and see if I could do it differently. And it's fun like carving your own little path through the city. I feel like in Valhalla and Odyssey and Origins, you can kind of climb everything, and the parkour is just there because it's Assassin's Creed and we have parkour. Whereas here it feels built around Baghdad specifically, which I like.
There is my target.
There's this new Assassin's Focus ability, and it lets you, depending on what level you are and what assassin rank you are, which you do by playing through the game, it's kind of tied to like narrative. Assassin's Focus is pretty much like the elimination feature in Splinter Cell Conviction, where you're painting your enemies and then taking them out in rapid succession. Wherever you're the last person you take out is, that's where you end as the player. It almost like reminded me a little bit of like that feeling you get when you play Grindstone and you like line up your line and then you do it, and if you do it right, you can eliminate your target and get out of there stealthily without anybody seeing you. So that's cool.
Something I really liked about it is the way that they explained it, because in game it looks not natural, because it's not. He's like floating through space digitally and appearing behind an enemy, assassinating, and then he teleports to the other enemy, like you mentioned, through the line. But it's like a glitch in the Animus. Basim is such a fast and efficient killer that the Animus is struggling to keep up with the memories of his kills, which, you know, is their way of saying, we want to do this cool system, it's not natural because humans can't do this. But we have a game where you're playing through the memories of somebody, so our sci-fi matrix device, the Animus, is struggling to keep up. We played 3 different contracts. We didn't have it in the first contract. The second contract we had 3 bars, so we could kill 3 enemies. And then the final contract was a late game contract where we could kill 5, I think, at once. I am not like surprised by what Mirage is, but I had a good time playing it. It's kind of exactly what I had hoped and thought it would be. It's very much still feels like Assassin's Creed of late. Like, you can tell this is a Valhalla follow-up, but like it has a lot of the design of original Assassin's Creed games.
There's a lot of cool stuff there, but I think when you like boil it down to its core, like you have to know how to escape, you have to know how to hide when it's appropriate. I feel like this game isn't going to be super fun if all you're doing is aggroing everything you see, which you could do in like the last 3 games to pretty high success and still have a really good time. That being said, I think that philosophy shift again aligns with what I'm looking for.
If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss one of our videos, and head over to GameInformer.com/Assassin's Creed Mirage to stay up to date on all of our coverage surrounding the game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.